Hequet, goddess of the primeval slime, also known as she who hastens the birth. She is classified as a goddess venerated by the cultures of the ancient Kemites and later Egyptian people. She is associated primarily with birth and rebirth. Hequet is described as a frog goddess who helped women to give birth and the dead to be reborn, and the visage of the knife-wielding frog is a depiction of Hequet in her role as defender of women and children. The beginning of her cult dates to the early dynastic period at the very least. Her name was part of the names of very high Second Dynasty individuals who were buried at Helwan and is mentioned on a stela associated with the pyramid text. Early frog statuettes are often thought to be depictions of this deity. She was called Hackett, mistress of joy, and was among the followers of the Inundation God Hapi to Egypt via the Nile each year. Ancient Kemites and Egyptians believed that frogs were spontaneously generated from the mud left by the receding Nile flood. Hequet, in this capacity, came to be worshipped as a goddess of the primeval slime, who was seen as giving birth to the sun god. She was regarded as the female counterpart to the god Khnum, and the two are linked to a Middle Kingdom royal birth myth. In one mythology, the sun god Ra sends a group of deities to assist a woman named Rudadet, giving birth to 3 children who were destined to be great kings. The 4 goddesses, who were Isis, Nephthys, Maskenet, and Heqet, disguise themselves as dancing girls, while Khnum pretends to be their servant. And at the house of Redudet, her husband is distraught and asks him for help because his wife's labor is so painful and so difficult. The deities lock themselves in the room with Rudadet, and Heqet hastens the birth of the royal triplets. Isis names the children, Maskenet predicts their fate, and Khnum makes them strong and healthy. And these deities create 3 crowns for the triplets and hide them in a sack of barley before departing to their divine realm. The story later implies that these children were sired by Ra, and they would grow up to be the sun-worshipping kings of the 5th dynasty. In the New Kingdom, royal birth myths, Hequet gives life to the body and ka of the royal infant shaped on the potter's wheel of Khnum. And the temples of the 1st millennium BCE, she is seen assisting goddesses in giving birth to divine children. At Abydos, Hackett was revered for helping Isis bring Horus into the world, and for assisting the murdered god Osiris to be reborn. All Egyptians hoped that when they died, they would meet Hequet as their divine midwife into their rebirth.